Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm taking it upstairs in my chair because my cards that I got from Strongsville are still up here, and I'm kind of going through them, and I will keep the ones up here that I am taking to set up at shows. But I just haven't had enough energy to walk downstairs with everything yet. But I wanted to give it's not really a recap because, man, I think I'll be doing a recap of this Strongsville show for a long time. And I know I've been talking about it in my videos and leading up to Strongsville, but man, it did not disappoint. We have set a high bar as YouTubers of going to a show. The national is going to be fun, but to have as much fun as what we did here. It's going to be difficult to repeat, but I'm sure with the good guys that were not able to go to Strongsville and they're going to the National, but listen, this was fun and this was a good time, and I think it exceeded my expectations. Now, this video, there's all kinds of great stories that people are coming about their experience at Strongsville. And my experience was no exception. So I'm going to do kind of a recap, but I'm also going to tell you what my favorite story is about the whole Strongsville experience. And let's see if you agree with me. It all started, I drove there 10 and a half hours from Middle Missouri. I met up with a longtime friend of mine and a great baseball card collector and football card collector. His name's Brent. And then we drove down the road a little bit and picked up another friend that I met through YouTube. He's not a content creator, but his name is Tom. And Tom and Brent went to the show, and they went to the get-together on Friday night. And on the way home, they knew they came back with a bunch of new friends. And it was nice hearing them talk about, oh gosh, so-and-so had this, show me this card. But he was super nice, and everybody was super nice and treated them warm. And if you're what we call a lurker and haven't done a video, but you want to meet one of these YouTube guys, they are who they are. You see them on here. If you like them on here, you're probably going to like them when you meet up with them. But there was some great stories that came out. Some people picked up some Grail cards. A bunch of my friends picked up some Grail cards, and I really don't want to talk about their cards right now because I know they're going to bring it up, and I don't want to accidentally take any kind of suspense or thunder away from what they're talking about. And I'm probably going to take some thunder away from a fellow YouTuber, but I know he won't share this great story. That this experience that he had, because he's such a humble guy. And matter of fact, I was sitting with Don at the get together, and we saw Dave Blue Jacket 66, the person who I'm talking about, talking to Andrew Nuff said cards, and two classy guys, but Don bet me, he said, I bet he didn't tell his experience to Andrew yet. And so I went up to that table and I asked Andrew, I said, have you heard his incredible story? And he goes, I guess not. And Dave said, oh, you making such a big deal out of it. And in his own loving, snarky way. But I'm going to tell you a quick story, and I hope I do it justice. See, and this is where I'm going to show you some cards. As a matter of fact, as I'm showing this, Rick, I hope Rick of Oddball Cards, who did not come to Strongsville, but he was talked about a lot, and most of it was good. Rick did a video, asked us to do a video response of coming up with a card out of a set that John Mangini does not have for his contest. Well, I'm entering this contest with this story. And if you know this story, you know what's coming, but there's a little twist to this one. I'm gonna show some cards right now, and I'm gonna talk while I'm showing some cards. So in 1979, my friend and your friend, Dave Blue Jacket 66, one of the YouTubers with one of the greatest collection on here, he and his father set out, I believe, in the winter of '79 to make cards. Now, what you're seeing here is in 1953, there's a Bowman color cards, and they also made Bowman black and white. And the black and white were not very pretty cards, and it was just kind of a really a ho hum set, because it only had like 2 Hall of Famers in it, and it was like, I think 64 cards, I'm pretty sure. And Dave and his dad, Dave was in high school, and his dad was a teacher, not just a teacher. That kind of cuts him short a little bit. He was a great teacher and a Hall of Fame coach. He's in the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame as one of the all-time great tennis coaches. And anyway, I don't know who came up with the idea, but Dave and his dad said they were going to do an extended set of the 1953 Bowman color. And so here's what they've done. They took some of the photos and got it professionally cropped. And I believe Dave was responsible for most of the information on the back. But look how pretty these cards and how well done they are. You got Early Win here. Robin Roberts. Stan Musial. About dropped him. Ernie Banks. Willie Mays. And notice the hat is kind of brushed off. The reason that's brushed off of that picture, the logo, is Dave's dad was afraid he was going to get sued. Here's Yogi Berra. Look at that beautiful photo. Mickey Mantle. Whitey Ford. Bob Feller. Ted Williams. Satchel Paige. Nothing but Hall of Famers in here. Jackie Robinson. Eddie Matthews. Warren Spahn. Last but not least, Ralph Kiner. So, Rick, I entered that in your little contest, but here's how the story goes. They completed that extension set, and they weren't going to sell them. According to Dave, his dad was going to get them made, put them in complete sets, and then take them to card shows, and just kind of give them to the promoter to give away. And and a funny story is that his dad got a little stamp out that he probably bought at like a Staples or something, and put tests, like a test sample on the back of about 20 sets, so somebody might think they got something rare. But anyway, they set out and they gave some of those out at card shows. And this past summer, Dave was clearing out his dad's basement, and there was boxes of uncut sheets of these, and boxes of sets. But as Dave's at that show, I believe it was Mike Moynihan, but I'm not for sure. Please don't hold me to that. Saw that set in Strongsville in a dealer's showcase. So Dave, being snarky Dave as he is, I'd hate to get in a logical debate with Dave about something, but Dave, being like he is, went to that showcase and I think he was gonna entrap the dealer. Gonna ask the dealer. He basically asked the dealer. He says, "What do you know about this set?" Because the dealer had a price on it for $250. Now, Dave was expecting him to say, and I would have said if I was that dealer, it's a rare set. You can't find it hardly anywhere. I bet I'm the only one at this whole show that even has this set. But the dealer didn't do that. The dealer was super nice to Dave and said, "Listen, I really don't know much about this set. I've had it for a while. It's beautiful pictures and stuff like that. And if you look it up in the baseball card catalog of all baseball card sets, it's in there. And the information that it gives you is unknown where it generated. And so Dave has known, since 1979 that that set was created by he and his father. And he goes on to explain and tells the guy that story, the dealer that story. And the dealer said to him, "You have made my show." Getting that information made the dealer, Dave said he kind of got emotional about it a little bit. And anyway, the dealer thanked him for that information, and Dave, was really excited. He was excited in Dave's way. He wasn't really excited. I was more excited than he was. But just think about this. You go to a card show, your dad's passed away, and you know how much your dad loved to go to card shows. And you go to a card show and you see a set, not that you and your dad collected, but you and your dad created. Now, how cool would that have been? Now, Dave has this set, and for me touting this set, I think he ought to send me. He's got a signed copy of all the players on that run, except the Jackie Robinson. That would be cool too, right? But anyway, I think that is the neatest of all the stories that was told at our Strongsville get-together. Now, guys, I had a great time. That is not my recap, that last recap. I'm going to be recapping Strongsville till you guys get tired of me hearing about it. But I got plenty of cards I want to show you. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you some of these great cards. And some people picked up some huge stuff, and this YouTube community that others have created, and people are proud of. Mike Moynihan started the meet and greet at the National. This was just an extension of it, but I'm going to tell you, it has some power because there was well over 50 YouTubers that were there. And a ton more people came that were lurkers because of the promoting by everybody. And I don't think they were disappointed. And I bet the YouTubers in this community spent over $500,000 there. I would bet anybody. And they're going to show you some great cards. In the next video, I'm going to show you some of what I consider great cards. But they're going to suffer in comparison to my experience with my two friends that I drove up there with, and all the friends that I got to meet. The bad thing about it being so many people, I didn't get to spend some what I call quality time with the few YouTubers that I wanted to. But I got to room with Don, and I got to visit a little bit with everybody. I made some new friends from West Virginia. Holy cow, were they fun! And it was just a great time. So, Rick, please accept that card that I know that John Mangini doesn't have as my video response to you. And Dave, I'm sorry if I butchered your dad's story, but I tried to do it right. And I'm apologizing ahead of time for those of you that are tired of hearing me speak about Strongsville. So listen, guys, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.